You have no idea what to do with your life. You sit there brainstorming different careers and interests and hobbies, and none of them are grabbing you. You keep trying to think about what is that sudden career path switch that is really going to grab me, and you never find it. It sucks and it's demotivating, and every once in a while you find yourself trying to furiously fucking Google whatever you can to try and find some hidden option that you've never seen before that will have that sudden burst of motivation and click with you. And guess what? It doesn't exist. I'm Justin Leff, and I focus on motivation, adaptive thinking, and a whole bunch of other stuff in a way that helps you become your own psychologist. There's a very small chance that you're actually going to find something that gives you that reaction, that reinstalls all that excitement, because that's not your real problem. The thing that's going to help you see a path and suddenly get motivated and amped up for it has nothing to do with the path itself, in most cases. And I'm going to help you understand why. The way I'm going to help you understand why is to talk about someone who is the opposite of you in concept. I want you to think about a guy named Bob, and Bob works in a really basic office administration job, and he's happy with his life. He's not demotivated like you. He's not constantly looking for a new path in life like you. What's the difference between you and Bob? Is Bob just really lacking in ambition? Is there something deep in his brain that makes it so that he is just somehow happy with this job that would make you hate yourself? And it's not. It's because when Bob goes home, he has a family that he loves, and he has a hobby that he enjoys, and he has a role in his community that makes him feel fulfilled. Bob has his health. He has a mindset that keeps him really oriented with positive things and appreciation. And I want you to think about how many of these things you share in common with Bob. Because when we look at Bob's life, it's not necessarily that an administrative office job is really satisfying for him. It's that all of the pressure and weight of his life doesn't depend on it. If Bob lost his job, it would suck, but he still has a lot of other things that make life worth living. Now, obviously, what I'm not saying is that you need to build the things around your life in a way for you that is perfect so that you are satisfied being a desk job. I'm not saying that people with good hobbies and family lives don't crave more out of their career. But what I am saying is the more that your life sucks, the more burden you are putting on a job to solve your problems. So let's put this into an analogy. Let's say that you own a restaurant and your food sucks and your service sucks and your location sucks. When you look at your business and think about what's going to make it work, you're going to decide that the decor needs to be world fucking class. You need the sickest theme and look. You need to be one of those like Jurassic Park restaurants or something like that. So now you start shopping around for decorations and theme ideas. It's going to be really hard for you to be grabbed by any of them. You have set the standard so fucking high that even if you found a table and a set of chairs that look really good and could be cozy and satisfying in a corner of your restaurant, it's not meeting the goal. See, the value of the chair and tables that you find while shopping around is not going to be felt based on the objective standards and aesthetics of the chair and table. It's going to be based on the way that it satisfies your needs. I swear, you can sum up 50% of psychology by just saying that the human brain is very relative. Your appreciation has a relationship with standards, and the standards you set on your job are going to be really high if you're dissatisfied with your life. So while you might think that the worse off your life is, the more easy it is for you to be satisfied by a job because you'll take anything at that point, the opposite is kind of true. In a lot of ways, the better off your life is, the easier it is for you to be interested in something. And so if you could picture a future where everything in your life is great, and you went back and you looked at a job that you looked at yesterday that wasn't doing anything for you, you might be surprised at how interesting and appealing that job might sound. The problem isn't that you can't find a job that is interesting. The problem is how sensitive you are to interesting things. And if you've been trying for years to figure out what you want to do with your life, this might be where your attention needs to go. Just work on the little things around you. And to figure out what those little things are, you can actually very easily do this. What I want you to do is imagine that you found that perfect job. You go on Indeed, and out of pure luck, you find your absolute fucking dream job. It pays everything, it has low qualifications, and you're guaranteed to get it. Let's just say that you finally find this unicorn career path. Now I want you to think, what in your life still sucks? Daydream on ahead and think about having the perfect career, and specifically imagine what would still be negative in your life. And where you're gonna end up is generally somewhere between one of 2 points on the spectrum. On one end of the spectrum is realizing that your job doesn't make you happy, that there's a whole bunch of other things that aren't going to be addressed at all just because you find a really good career path. Those are the things that you can work on right now. And on the other end of that spectrum is the realization that everything important to you in life needs to be achieved through the dream job. That basically, there is nothing you can work on if you need this job to get all of those things. And if you're in that second camp, you need to work on your thinking, because good values can be satisfied in multiple ways. And if you have these very specific conditions that need to be met for you to have any sort of fulfillment in life, your thinking is way too rigid. That's very hard to overcome alone. So make sure that you grab a friend or somebody that you just talk to really well and really try and brainstorm more creative ways to approach what actually matters to you in life. And while I usually don't mention my coaching explicitly in videos, if you don't have somebody like that, this is the kind of shit that I help with. So you can go to my website to learn a little bit more about what I do, and you can also like and subscribe to pander to a needy content creator who wants his videos to perform well. That's everything I have to say about it. Thanks for watching.